So today I wanted to share with you some really important information and relevant in order for foreigners to live in China, especially if you're going to study or work. This is very important for you to know because if you're coming for the first time, you need to know that if you want to work or study or live legally from a prolonged stay, it is important for you to go through this procedure. This is very important. And as well as also doing the police registration. Even if you're a tourist, you need to go through this procedure too. Otherwise, you could be fined. So, well, I took the opportunity now that I went to do the body examination. I want to explain to you what is the procedure and how all this process went down. I mean, I have done this body examination 3 times. The first time was the first time that I came to China and applied for the work permit. In that time, the work permit was the alien work permit, which was a book, and now it's a card, which gives that process has changed dramatically. Now you have a card where you can scan a QR code, and they will tell you all the information that where you're working, where you live, basically your name, your ID, in this case, your passport number. So it is important for people that they go through this procedure, because once you do this examination, you will not do it from a long time. But in my case, and my nationality, of course, depending on your nationality, this is going to be very important for you to know. I will explain this in another video, because there are people who, in order to apply for a work permit, they need to supply certain requirements. For example, some of them, they have to provide a criminal record. Some other people don't. In my case, I didn't need to supply any kind of criminal record. But I know people who come from the US or Canada or Great Britain, they need to supply this type of information. Maybe the first question that you have is, where do I have to go, which hospital, which medical center? Well, this medical center will be assigned by the government, of course. And in my case, I have done this procedure in one hospital, which is the Koan, which is near Huanggan in the city of Shenzhen. It's in the Futian district in Shenzhen. And well, I went there, and I'm gonna show you some footage and images of the place. Basically, the first procedure they have to go through, you have to fill some forms with your information and the exam that you want to go through, because there are several types of exams. So basically, you took the general exam, where they will take some blood test samples, and they will do some other exams, like they'll take your blood pressure, some X-ray, and then that's it. You just go, and you might think, well, that's not so bad. How long that can take? Well, it could take, depending on how many people are there in that day. In my case, there were a lot of people, as you can see. Then after that, you have to pay. Actually, the cost is around the exam that I took was actually, in the past, was 400 RMB, but now it's 448, which is around, as per today's exchange rate, is $66. And then after that, if you want to go and do something like another kind of exam, it is another rate, of course, depending on what you have to show to the process you are going through. Because it is not only foreigners who go there to take the examination, there are also Chinese people. But in any case, after that, after you pay and go through all these bureaucratic paperwork, then you need to choose an option, and that option would be how do you are you going to collect the examination? Well, you have that option to wait for 5 days and then go to collect your results. But then there's another option where they can deliver the report to your house. So depending on how urgent do you need this report, they will have different rates. I didn't go much into details, but in previous times I needed these exams. I needed in a more urgent way, and I asked for the express delivery that could cost. I mean, they will probably give it to you in 1 or 2 days, but it will cost you the double. So instead of paying 448 RMB, you might end up paying 800 or 900 RMB, so the double. So in my case, I chose the cheapest option because I'm not in a hurry, and last time that I received this, the delivery was quite accurate. I didn't have any problems. So, well, also it will depend on your location. Maybe if you're located somewhere outside of Shenzhen, let's say you're in Huizhou, you will have a different rate too, and a different postal office. But okay, so this is very important information for you to know. I hope this video was interesting for you. I know a lot of people want to come to China to give it a try because in right now with this mess of the virus, a lot of people, they have lost their jobs. Some people were pending to come to China, but they could not previously. So now that China is kind of relaxing and being more flexible in terms of people getting into the country, some people want to just give it a shot. And well, this is a very good question. So is China really good in terms of the virus? That would be a good topic for another video. So that would be very interesting to know because, well, you see right now in China, everything seems to be back to normal, but you see that there was a small outbreak in Qingdao. There were some people who tested positive. They were all asymptomatic, according to the local authorities. But it would be great to know because there were also news about other outbreaks previously. There was one supposedly in Xinjiang and also in Beijing. Well, in any case, I hope this video, as I said, was informative for you. I hope I wanted to make it in a very simple way, no too much edition, just to be informative. And I will be bringing also in other videos, for example, with topics like how to get a job in China, or how to apply for the work permit, how to apply for the visa, or how to apply for the residence permit. Because, this type of information sometimes you don't see it on the internet. It's not clear. So I've been living here for 7 years, and I have been through all this process one way or another. The process changes, but at the same time, some procedures they remain the same. So in any case, that's about it. See you next time.